the G20 will be held in South Africa this year, which make it the first time to be held on the African continent. What does this moment mean for your country?
Like we have said, when we're granted that important opportunity to preside over this important body, the President Cyril Ramaphosa said this is not just for South Africa, it is for Africa. And we themed it solidarity, equality, and sustainability. Solidarity because we need to work together with other parts of the world, including member states of G20, but the continent as such. Equality because we need that not only in terms of South Africa women, but in terms of the world, to say there should not be any country that is left behind. So we looked at that. But we then said whatever that we're doing today should not impact negatively on generations to come. Hence we're saying sustainability. So whatever that we're doing, it must sustain environment and the livelihood of other generations that are coming after us, and they must appreciate what we're doing.
As a Minister for Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, what are your agenda priorities for promoting women's empowerment and youth development across G20 members?
We have identified 3 priorities. The first one is care economy, paid or unpaid. And the second one is financial inclusion. And the third one is fighting gender-based violence and femicide. So if you speak care economy, many countries are still not recognizing this economy because in the main, it is about women, it is led by women. It is women, young women who drop out of school to take care of the mother who is ill. When there are 2 boys, if there's a boy and a girl, and there's a mother that is ill, there's a sister that is disabled and requires attention full time, it will be a girl child that will drop out of school. But also nobody then says, if we were to pay this girl who's taking care of the mother, of the sister, etc., how much would we be paying that girl? And we are saying countries, particularly the G20 countries, must now begin to cost that, whether they pay that child or not, but it must be costed so that it's not something that is hidden. It's not something that is not taken into consideration, that it exists and it happens, and particularly by women. But we're also looking at even the paid care economy. Issue things like nursing, for instance, social work, teaching. The majority of people that are providing such paid work are women, and we would wish to elevate the status of those paying care work. And that is why we're putting it on the table. Then, of course, the other one will be financial inclusion. Like I've said earlier on, that women, if you look for finance from your banks, for instance, they require things that women don't have. They will want
what is your income?
Collateral. What is your income?
Your work.
A collateral, like you have a property to serve as a guarantor, etc., etc. We come from a past where women could not own anything. It can't therefore be like banks don't pretend not to know that. We therefore cannot be asking for things that we know you don't have, because they then become barriers for women. So we're saying they must have tailor-made requirements for women so that women can access funds for their businesses. Women must have land, and they must access land, because land is wealth, and many of them will want to use land and out of it to start their businesses, or even to build their businesses in that land. And of course, the last one is gender-based violence and femicide. By violence, it is affecting women. We have a prevalence study that we conducted, and it confirms that it is intimate partners, current or past, that are responsible for gender-based violence, that are killing their partners. And that is why we've put it on the table, because we would want to teach girls, boys in particular, to say, if she says, I no longer want you, it's fine. We therefore, all of us as a country, including us as working groups, are also ensuring that those are taken care of.
And that will be a great step forward for women. I'm very looking forward to the G20.
indeed it will be. It definitely is, and we are excited. We're inviting all G20 member states, including, of course, the invited states, to come to South Africa